Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. My name is James William Stringer. The following video is not for children under 13 unless you are in the transgender LBGTQXYZ variety. Now, I did that because I'm not exactly sure how many letters they have after Q. Alright? And to be honest with you, I really have no idea what the hell the Q means. So, we're just going to go from there. This is my 4th attempt at making this video. I will put my other 2 attempts up as bloopers, and the attempt that I just did got deleted because I got tied up behind my tongue. So here we go. I will be referring to the transgender person who committed suicide as female, though it was a male transferring to a female who left their daughter behind, which is the reason why I deleted the other video, because I fracked up and went against what I was trying to say and wound up saying the opposite of what I wanted to actually say. So, on Facebook, this young female committed suicide. She left her daughter behind, and her sister did her eulogy. Okay. Sorry, I swear I heard people, so you're probably going to hear them too. Anyway, a lot of it's been reflected off of the Dave Chappelle Netflix show, as I said also in the other videos. I have not seen it. I do not have Netflix. I am poor. But I'm also not here to defend or go against the Dave Chappelle video, because like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't really know. But apparently his homophobic slurs and things got in the way of what's been going on, and so this person wound up hanging themselves or doing something that ended their life, and they had the they left the suicide note on Facebook. That's about as far as I got in the first 2 videos. And I want to talk to y'all about that because in the entertainment business, there's always a lot of backlash in what we do. And as an entertainer, or in my case, an undiscovered talent, we have to, I guess, whitewash our speak. And a lot of people are exceptionally spongetic. Alright? That's not a real word, I just made it up. Spongetic. And the reason why I say the spongetic, because people absorb things like a sponge, but they don't read out the stuff that they absorb. Alright? So remember, spongetic. If you're going to be spongetic and you can't decipher the good from the bad, but you take everything in, these are things that lead to suicide and stuff. And then there are other things that lead to suicide. There's PTSD, there's depression, there's cyberbullying, there's bullying in real life, in your personal life, and all the other things that go with it. Now, as far as I know, Dave Chappelle did not bully this person. I can't say that he did, I can't say that he didn't. I don't really know the circumstances, but they're all spinning it back around towards the Dave Chappelle Netflix something or another being canceled. And I found this article on my phone at like one of the top buzzers or whatever the hell it was. So the long and short of that is that, you know, the alternative lifestyle community wants the Netflix show to not air anymore, or whatever the hell it is. And that's neither here or there for this video. What's here or there, what's more important is that this young person committed suicide and left her daughter behind. That's the most important part of this video. That's the part you need to take in. That's the part you need to accept. That's the part you need to let sink in and dwell in your spongeticness of what you are absorbing. Someone lost their life because they couldn't take anymore. As a person, me, who has walked down suicide road more than one time in my lifetime, I want to address this because suicide is not a fucking joke. Suicide affects everyone. It doesn't just affect you because you're gender. It does not affect you just because of your race. It affects everyone on every level, whether it be infinitesimal, whether it be cellular, whether it be gigantic. Suicide is not a joke. For this young person to lose their life over something that may or may not have come through the Dave Chappelle show, it gives us time to take a knee. Alright? And when I say that, it's mostly army speech, but it gives us time to take a knee to reassess the things that we do with our lives. You know, I'm not against the LBGTQ XYZ community. I have friends that are gay. I have family members that are gay. And they have my full support. Whether they want it or not, they have my full support because from where I stand, they are probably the bravest people that we know. Because they have to deal with people like me and people like you who judge them, who are prejudiced, who don't like their lifestyle, and condemn them at every turn. Now, I personally don't do that, but there are people like me who may be good people, but are set in their ways. And they'll use God as a crutch, or they'll use some other moral compass excuse to condemn people who just want to live their life. We don't have the right to do that. I compare it to being racist because as a person of mixed ethnicity, which I also touch on in my other two videos that will be bloopers, I don't have the right to be racist. I also don't have the right to be prejudiced. If I'm going to hate somebody because they're an asshole, then that would be the point. It wouldn't be because they're white, black, or Asian. They're just a fucking asshole. And I, myself, have been noted to be an asshole, and two assholes can't be in the same room at the same time. Bad things happen. It starts to stink. We as people need to sit back. And I know that America, specifically America, we are in some oversensitive ass times right now. But the point of the matter is, we can't let someone else's opinion of us drive us to the end of our lives. I fight the thoughts of suicide every day. I'll be honest with you. I fight the thoughts of suicide every day. I've had a really bad life. There has not been a whole lot of good in my life. And I don't want to hide that from anybody. I want to be honest, And sometimes being not okay, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And we go through so many changes when you're dealing with depression and PTSD that, we were more lost in limbo than we're not. Alright? Because sometimes even when I'm in a room full of my friends, I often feel that I should not be here, that I should not exist. And most of that is because I'm in a lot of pain and I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to get it out. And a lot of that came from my inability to do Kung Fu because of my hip replacement and because of being honorably discharged out of the Army, which I didn't really want to do because my film career wasn't taking off and I needed a job, and my heart was broken, and my brain was everywhere but where it needed to be. Alright? And the Army was probably the best thing for me until I couldn't be in there anymore. That being said, I don't really know what drove this person to commit suicide. But I do know that that person left her daughter behind. Her sister explained on Facebook, she did a pretty good I guess for lack of a better term, she sent her off and told her to fly high with the rest of the angels. I'm upset that in this world, and in America specifically, we can't get our shit together to leave people alone. We can't get our shit together to let people live the life that they want to live and be themselves. I have military people that I look up to who were once men who transgendered into women, And a friend of mine that I was at work with the other day, we talked about this shit. And we both kind of agreed that, when you're got a boy's brain trapped in a girl's body or a girl's brain trapped in a boy's body, that it's a genetic glitch. It's a mental illness. It's not really a choice that you have. Now, I won't go as far as to completely go all in on it being a mental illness. It being a genetic glitch, I'm completely down for it. Because, let's face it, all of us sometimes feel that we're born into the wrong bodies, or the wrong race at least. Definitely the wrong race. A lot of us feel that, but us mixed children probably feel it a little bit more than you normal people. Because there have been times where I didn't fit in with the black community, and I damn sure don't fit in with the white community, and I damn sure don't fit in with the Native American community, because I'm all of them, And it took me a long time to accept that I'm all of them, because for the majority of my life, I was just black. Once I did more heritage research, I embraced all of my heritage. I feel more Cherokee than anything else. Till this day, I still do. But I'm not going to be able to reach into my soul and rip the blackness out and break its neck and throw it away, rip the whiteness out and break its neck and throw it away. I have to embrace all three of my heritages because it's me. Not too long ago, I was building with stage names. I'm still working on stage names because I can't seem to get ahead being mixed. So I'm debating on, do I want to just build myself as a Cherokee warrior? And that's been like contemplating, you know. And I use this as a fine example because a transgender person kind of goes through that. All right, and it's the closest example as I can get because I'm not transgender. I have no desire to change genders. All right, I'm happy where I am. I might be ugly as hell. I might not get all the girls, but I'm happy where I am in my own skin. All right, I'm not so happy that I'm gonna get butt ass naked on this video, but I'm happy in my own skin that, you know, I can adapt. I can move forward. I can keep chasing girls. You know, I'm alright in my own skin. You know. But transgender people are not alright in their own skin. They're not alright in their own body. And the only reason I can compare that to being mixed because when I was black, I wasn't black enough for black girls. And black girls straight told me, the pretty black girls that I was chasing, that I would never be good enough for black women. I stopped trying to be good enough for black women and just started going after all women. And then I started running into all kinds of clusterfucks. Transgender is kind of like that. You know, you're a woman trapped in a man's body, so you want to fix that so that you feel whole. Us normal people, we have no idea what that feels like. Alright? We don't. We have no idea what that feels like. You can't dare say you can relate to it unless you're secretly, like, in the community but don't want people to know it. I don't know how that works because I'm not, like, that familiar with that shit. I mean, I respect them, and that's pretty much the line that I have. I respect them. I mean, I got nothing else. Like I said, there was a soldier, and I followed him through his journey. I can't remember the damn guy's name, but he did a documentary. That's why I followed him, because at the time he was doing it, the internet was still a thing, but there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, MySpace, none of that. He had a documentary. The shit came on Showtime. He was a decorated officer who became a female, you know. And I'm gonna kill this damn fly. But anyway, he was a decorated officer. He became a female, and that was like my beginning of understanding how these things could happen. Then they started having, like, scientists start coming out and doing everything. And then there's Jazz, High Jazz. And then there's other people. And then there's Laverne Cox. Again, from a Netflix show that I don't have because I'm too poor. But, you know, Orange is the New Black can be seen on certain shows and certain porn sites. Trust me on that. X videos. Shout out to X videos. And, you know, when you aren't in that community, you can't fathom how important it is to a person who thinks they're in the wrong body. You can't, you know. And I've always said, you know, I respect lesbians, and I've always said that if I was a woman, I would be a lesbian because it would seem like it would be a lot easier. Where, you know, if I'm a dude transforming into a chick because I feel like I need to be a female. But if I'm that dude and I still like chicks, you see what I just did, right? Yeah, that was a conundrum, right? Because then there would be no point in me transferring over. If I'm going to be a lesbian, I can just be a straight man. Alright? That is my logic. It might not be logic, but it's my logic. Which would be the same thing if I was a woman and I liked women, I would just be a lesbian. Lesbians have more fun. You know, I almost got into a fight with two lesbians once. Okay, twice. Once was up in Canada. Once was here in Virginia. But the one in Canada, it wasn't so much a fight as it was like, don't make a pass at my girlfriend. We'll both take you home. So that's a story for another day. But I guess like Canadian lesbians are a little bit more out there. Where American lesbians, I guess they have the rules. They don't even like look at men or whatever. And the lesbian incident here, it was the white girl I was hitting on, but she was with the black girl, so I was looking for an ass whooping right there. But you know, it happens. I didn't know they were together. I was just handing out tickets, and I started hitting on the white chick because every black chick I've ever hit on has pretty much given me the finger, or at least the ones that I'm interested in. So therefore, you know, as a straight person, we can't honestly relate to every issue that someone has, especially when they don't live the life you are living. Um, there's a lot of things. There's like a lot of thin lines with gays and transgenders. Some of the things don't translate over into the straight community. They really don't. Now, I think it might transfer over for women to transfer from transgender men talking to straight women. They might be able to relate, and lesbians might be able to relate. But as far as like gay dudes talking to straight women, I don't know if any of that's even gonna remotely make sense. So I don't really know. But we gotta respect them. You know, we ain't got to love their lifestyle, but we got to love the person in which they are. You don't have to accept their lifestyle, but you gotta respect the person and who they are. So I will make the second video to this now, and that will hopefully clear things up.